Hey guys, how are we doing? Welcome to MacBook. Now today's video is going to be very interesting because a long-term Windows user has switched to a laptop, to a MacBook. Sorry, how can I call it a laptop? To a MacBook, which is one of the most controversial MacBooks in the entire MacBook lineup. Which MacBook am I talking about? Who's this user? Well, the user, as simple as it is me. But which is the MacBook I'm talking about? I am talking about the MacBook Pro 13-inch variant with the M2 Apple Silicon chip. Now, this is a very interesting thing. So, my company, MacMerise, gave this laptop to me for video editing and other work. Now, the Windows laptop I was using was fine. But as soon as you remove the charging cable, well, all the performance was gone. With this laptop, I have edited videos on the go on a train without any issues. Now, through the video, you're going to know what are the pitfalls and the plus points that I found out while using the MacBook. But the main part of this video is familiarizing yourself with the MacBook. So I'm going to tell you some tips and tricks that will help you get accustomed to your new MacBook Pro and make it more productive if you're a new MacBook user. So watch the video fully. It's going to be really interesting, and I'm going to give you some very interesting insights. Right? First and foremost, we'll start with the accessories that I use, because accessories with this MacBook are very important. Why? Because it basically has 3 ports, 2 USB Type-C ports and 1 headphone jack. That's it. So there are only 3 ports here. You do not get the MagSafe Connect here. So that is one of the major issues that people have been having with its designs. There is an inbuilt fan which gives it a little edge over the M2 Air, but that is a discussion for a later day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for that. Now, let me show you the first and probably one of the most important gadgets for me. Now, this here you see is a USB Type-C dongle. Now, this dongle has its both pluses and minuses. Firstly, it's not very costly. It just costed me about 1400 rupees. Now, this is a Type-C connected dongle. You get 2 USB 3 ports. You get 2 Type-C port with one of the port supporting 100 watt PD charging. You also get a SD card slot and a micro SD card slot, and you get a HDMI out. So now the HDMI out can be used to use your MacBook in clamshell mode. The second accessory that I use are these amazing MacMerise Decibel headphones. Now, a lot of you would probably ask me, why am I not using dedicated studio headphones or headphones that have been made for the very purpose of using with a PC? I do not like buying way too many accessories. With the MacMerise Decibel, what I can do is basically convert my normal Bluetooth headphones into computer headphones and vice versa. They also have a mic, so if you connect it using Bluetooth to your Mac, you probably can use it with the mic too, right? And when you use it with aux, you get super high quality audio without any latency issues. So that is really amazing. And basically, these are the 2 accessories that I use with my Mac. Right, keeping the accessories aside, let's open up the Mac, fire it up. So one of the most amazing things I have, experienced with this Mac is the Touch ID. So Windows laptops usually do not have Touch ID, fingerprint sensors until and unless they're really costly or they're really cheap but with fingerprint sensors. So here, that is something I like. The touch bar is something that I've actually been using a lot. A lot of people have told me that touch bar is useless, but I have been actually using it a lot. Now, when we get into the MacBook, I want to start off with my favorite apps to ensure that I am productive. Now, these are not a lot of apps. In fact, this is 2 very important apps that any Windows users should install first and experience, because that I feel is really important. So as far as the apps go, the first app is the Notion app. Here you can see I am writing a script. Now, the Notion app is basically an all-in-one kind of an app where you can probably, have your set of things being typed right. For example, here I have, a very sad checklist, but let me add into that checklist, talk about my checklist. Now, the thing is, this does not come in the checklist format at the start. What I did was, let's press this list, and here you go. Now you have a list. You can create your own, database and have, proper database organized list. You can have calculation, you can have formulas. So Notion is basically Notepad on steroid meets Excel meets PowerPoint meets Words. You can do everything on Notion is a very interesting software. Now obviously we're going to make dedicated videos on Notion because there's a lot to explore within this app, but the first and foremost thing is go right now. If you've just got your MacBook, download Notion, try it out for yourself, wait for my video on dedicated Notion templates, how to use it, what to do. For now, just use it to make your list, get handy with it, and we'll come to you with more Notion based content, that's for sure. But for that, you need to subscribe right now. The second app that I use, right, and it's very important to me, Spark. Now Spark is a very interesting app, right? Obviously I can't go inside it because then you would probably see my emails here, right? But Spark is a very important app. I also use Microsoft Teams because we are connected on Teams at MacBook. But another application which will make you totally happy is the music app. Now a lot of you might be thinking, why is this person mentioning music app? Even Windows PCs have that. The thing is, Apple Music is epic, right? For the very basic reason, you can listen to songs in Dolby Atmos. Now, the quality of the songs is absolutely amazing, right? And if you're someone who uses Macmarize Decibel with the aux port, oh my god, you're going to have such a good time listening to songs on this computer. It's absolutely amazing. Anyways, moving on from apps, I'm going to tell you some essential settings that you need to do to ensure that you have a smooth transition when you come to a Mac. The first and the foremost thing is the trackpad settings. So when you go to the trackpad settings here, what you need to do is go to the point and click settings. In the point and click settings, tap to click. Now this is very important. When I first started using this, I did not know these settings and I got super irritated. So make sure tap and click is enabled. Also, lookup data detector secondary click is also enabled. Secondary click is very important. So for secondary click, if you are coming from Windows, click or tap with two fingers would probably be the best way to go because Windows also has the same gesture. Scroll and zoom gestures, more gestures would here. So if you're using a mouse, you probably want to switch off natural scrolling. But if you're using a trackpad, natural scrolling has to be enabled because it's really important, or otherwise you're going to have a very jittery experience when scrolling using your trackpad. Other than that, we have some more gestures using the trackpad. One is swipe between pages where you scroll left or right using your two fingers. Now this is an amazing gesture when you are browsing the web so that you can easily go between pages and not click here, click there. It's much easier, it's fluid, it seems natural. Okay, another thing is switch between full screen apps. So if you have an app that is full screen, we have these apps on full screen, and once I make the gesture, as you can see, we are scrolling between the various apps. So again, that is really cool. If you want mission control to come up, all you have to do is swipe up with your three fingers and there you go, you have mission control. Mission control is something like your recents menu on Android, your recents menu on Windows. Now a lot of people do not use recent menus on Windows because they just swipe through the taskbar, but here as you can see, you have actually a multitude of desktops that you can create it. Even Windows has this, but it's not this fluid. What this allows you to do is switch between different desktops, ensuring that your work does not interfere with something personal that you're doing, and both can exist in a simultaneous space. So again, a very cool thing here, right? And I know a lot of people who already own a Mac might be thinking this guy is appreciating really small things, but the thing is, I'm coming from Windows, so for me these are pretty new things. Most important part of learning to use Mac is learning all these gestures and shortcuts. To change the shortcuts, you can go to keyboards, right, and click on keyboard shortcuts. Now here you can change the various shortcuts according to your preferences, what you're comfortable with and what you like. So yeah, these are the broader suggestions that you can use to make yourself more productive if you've just purchased a MacBook and this is your first MacBook and you've never used a MacBook, you've rather used a Windows laptop, right? For more in-detail tips and tricks to be more productive, we're going to very soon come up with a video for that. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.